There was definitely malice involved.
Malice. Okay. He said that he thought you were wearing a hoodie and was trying to remove it.
He hates hoodies too?
Please explain.
Because he ripped it off.
Are you sure about that? Perhaps you misinterpreted.
How does one imagine that kind of rage?
The writing is unbelievable. It's outstanding. It's so, so well done. I loved the cinematography, the way it was shot, like with her eyes really close up. I just found this to be so moving and so thought-provoking, and it really angered me, which is, I think, exactly your point. It was beautifully directed, really beautifully directed. I thought it was respectful. I thought it was thought-provoking. The writing was outstanding, really, really well done, and it really made me think about what women who have to wear habits or hijab go through. It's heartbreaking, sometimes what they have to endure for what they believe or how they want to live their life. It's beautifully done. And all three actors are wonderful, but in particular, the leading actress in the habit is absolutely stunning. Her performance is just breathtaking and heartbreaking. I love the way it's shot. I love the use of light and the use of shadow and the angles that the cameras are at in various parts are really, really smart.
I'm in love with that twist because in less than a second, it shows its entire argument like that. Because I like you understand the message fully. You have a Middle Eastern woman who's been harassed, and the two people are very, for lack of a better word, they act like they understand, but they don't care, in the sense of they're very wishy-washy, like, well, what's his side of the story? Not basically listening to the fact that she has been made to feel unsafe, she's been harassed, and blatantly so. It speaks volumes because it blatantly shows hypocrisy, in the sense that it wouldn't be okay if someone were to rip off a nun's headscarf. That would be blasphemous. You don't do that. But that's because that's your religion. That affects you. However, why are we so lukewarm with someone else's religion? Because it's not our own. And that was really powerful. Just showing that blatant hypocrisy of, okay, so it's not okay when it happens to you, but when it happens to someone else, well, it's not me, so what's the problem? And I love that. I loved that.
The tight shots and the very up-close zoom-in on the actors to get up close and personal in seeing the difficulty in grappling with this information and how one deals with crossing boundaries done to themselves or to another, and how one deals with the violation of human rights done to themselves or the other, whether they're open or closed, to making amends, to accepting the other story. The parallel with the hijab and the habit is not one I previously considered. I don't know why I hadn't. And I thought that it was really striking that they chose to end the piece with the messaging that they did. And I think it's very important. It was a great challenging and subverting of expectations to open up a new viewpoint, or a viewpoint that is not new, but needs respect and some thought. So I thought this was really clean, sharp, and focused filmmaking.
This was brilliantly done. Everything about this short film was perfectly executed. I mean, from the camera angles to the acting, to the editing, to how they made the scenes look. I loved the foot tapping at the beginning. Everything was executed so brilliantly. And when you got to that ending, it just left you surprised because it was so beautifully done. So yeah, this was something, I loved this. I thought that this was just awesome.
I really loved the way that they framed this because they definitely had you kind of thinking it was going to be one thing and kind of leading you in that direction, I suppose. And then at the very end, they have their reveal, which I thought was really, really powerful, and then have the message at the end. I thought it was really short, but really to the point and really poignant. And like I said, how they framed it just made it that much more impactful.
I think stories like this, stories of oppression and, people's experiences with prejudice and things like that are, of course, super important. And I think we need more of these stories to relate to one another and to relate to other cultures that maybe, we aren't familiar with and all that kind of stuff. I thought the short was well done for sure, but it was a strong story, so I was able to kind of stay in it and stay engaged. And yeah, it reminded me of the movie Persepolis, which I love, and just how that protagonist in that story, struggled with very similar things with, wearing her hijab and all that stuff. So I really powerful short.
I thought this was a really great short film for raising awareness about a really important issue. I loved the way that it was done, the kind of elements that were left out of the frame, and the details that were included in the space it allowed for the audience member to kind of fill in the blanks with their expectations, and then how it sort of pull the camera angle further away so we get the full picture, and then having that bit of dialogue or explanation at the end, I thought was really, really great, and it made it a really effective awareness-raising short film.